Hey, First Family and Friends, Wednesday, and we are just a couple more days away from our first live stream service, no more recordings, and then a week and a half away from regathering June 7th. And we're excited. I mean, your staff is excited to meet with you again and to be able to worship corporately, because after all, we are people. Now, there's a little bit of update we have to do, because if many of you have watched the news, we've seen some changes coming out of Topeka. The governor's directives are now just recommendations. Her order expired last night at midnight, and due to some legal wrangling, there's going to be no more. So her directives are just guidelines. It is now left up to each county to determine how they're going to proceed. And so until we hear something definitive from Butler County, we'll continue to follow the governor's recommendations and how we move forward. So with that in mind, let me talk to you a little bit about our schedule. We are going to stay with the schedule that we have in place. That means this Sunday, 9 a.m., one live worship service. So it'll be our first live stream. The things we've been doing before have been recorded. This will be a live stream service coming to you. It'll be on our website. It'll be on Facebook. So we look forward to sharing that with you as we go. Also want you to be aware that, again, on June 7th, we will do two services, 8:30 and 11. We'll shorten them up just a little bit to give us more time to navigate people in and out between services, disinfect and sanitize for the next group that comes in. We want to worship, but we also want to make sure that we are being as safe as possible in reducing risk. Excuse me. Hey, Sunday school, you've been asking about Sunday school, and at this point, until we know numbers and gathering limits, following the recommendations of around 30, some of our Sunday school classes border on 30. Now, probably will not show up, but we have to be prepared for that, just like we have to prepare for a full sanctuary, 200 people showing up, because they may. And I don't want to turn anybody away, whether it's from worship service or Sunday school. So we will not meet at Sunday school until at least after June 14th. We'll reevaluate after that, excuse me, and see where we go. Best bet would probably be July sometime, first week in July, but let's evaluate after the 14th and see where we're at. Tonight at 6:30 and Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, we're going to be doing some training for volunteers. We're going to have some guidelines that we need to follow in order to, again, reduce risk and make sure everybody's safe, and how we greet people, how we get people out of the building, all of those things. And so we're going to do some training tonight, if you can make it at 6:30, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. For those of you who volunteer, we have masks, we'll have gloves, so we'll have some PPE for you. I'm going to try to keep you as safe as well. Now, the one thing I want to really hit on this morning is this. If we are going to regather on the 7th of June, this is going to take some sacrifice and some flexibility on your part. We cannot pull this off successfully if you are not willing to make some sacrifices. So here's what I'm talking about. Not everybody's going to probably be able to sit in the sanctuary. We are going to have to do every other pew, limited number of people in each pew. And so the thing is, you may not get to sit in your seat. You know who you are. You have your seats, and so you may not get to sit there. So be flexible and be willing to give that up for a while, that we can gather together. One of the big reasons I know that you want to come back is for the social aspect, but we're going to move people in and out of service as expediently as possible. It is in close contact conversations where the greatest risk is for spreading virus. So we're going to ask that you take your conversations outside into the open space where we can gather. It looks like the weather the first weekend of June is going to be amazing. And so we're going to ask you to move your social conversations outside. Chairs, pews, anything in the narthex lobby area that would invite you to sit down and have a conversation will be removed. It'll be very bare because we want to be safe, but we want you to see each other, but please take your conversations outside. If you are uncomfortable being around people without a mask, we're going to ask you to sit in the friendship room. There will be mask-only people in there, nobody without a mask in the friendship room, so that those people who are a little hesitant and unsure can feel safe and comfortable in worship as well. So please be mindful of that. In the friendship room, masks must be worn. Can't think of too many other things right now. There's more information in the link between my letter and the deacon's note to you all. So we are excited to see you soon. So keep your eyes on Jesus in the meantime. Be flexible, because we have no idea what's going to happen with guidelines and things like that in the coming days and weeks. So we'll need to be flexible and mindful of all that's going on. Again, eyes on Jesus. He's been through it with us from the beginning. He'll continue to be with us each and every day. We hope to see you soon. God bless until then.